ones, right? When you integrate, but you're still doing this average formula. You remember it's going to be 4 minus 2 here. Integrate between.
Is that 1 over b minus a? Yeah.
Yes, 1 over b minus a. This is for the average value with the integration.
So
And
1
you
over
do,
2?
yes. For the upper and lower limit, 4 and 2 for the lower limit. But this here in the front, do you remember how to do that now? So that's going to be, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. 1 over 2 here. But this here, do you remember you're supposed to do the flip-flop of this in the front? So it'd be 2, you can pull it out. You can pull it out.
Are you saying because you multiply, or you do it over 2? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you can check why that works. Okay, let's integrate that first. The integral of sine, that would be cosine, but is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, because if I take the derivative of cosine, it will be a negative, right? Do you remember? It will have to counter. That's why it's a negative. Is that right? So there it is. Now you take the derivative of this, well, even you have to double parenthesis it technically. If you take the derivative of the cosine, the negative cosine becomes sine. But then if you think about the power rule, you have to actually multiply by the derivative of this whole thing inside. That's why it's going to cancel with this here. That's why you pull out the flip-flop of the coefficient. Is that okay? So therefore, this is it. But then you're going to evaluate between 4 and 2. But now, I know you've been carrying this inside the bracket in the parentheses. I don't think you should. You're making your work a little bit more complicated. And even this negative can be pulled out together. Have a look. So it should be a negative 1 over pi cosine. And then the only evaluation you should be doing, it's right here. I'm talking about a bracket right here. So here it is. And I'll keep that all the way out. After I finish my evaluating between these two here. So it'll be cosine 1/2 pi times 4 minus cosine of pi half times 2. So this is it right here. So what is that? What is cosine of? Yeah, cosine of pi half is what? I'm sorry, cosine of
But isn't it
2.
the same as, yeah, cosine 2 pi?
That would be what? 1
1.
minus what is cosine of pi?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So that would be 2. So the answer should be negative 2 over pi. All right, let's try that.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you okay how I combine all those coefficients together? Even the negative. I recommend you do that so you don't have a heavy chunk to carry inside here. Okay, I'm glad that works. So this one, same thing. 1 over, what is that, 3? 6 subtract 3. Okay, I'll do that. And then 6 value between upper limit 6, lower limit 3. And sine of pi fourth x dx here. Is that right? The average value? Yeah. Okay, then again, 1/3. The integral of sine, you have to bring out the 4 pi over pi. And if you integrate the sine, it'll be negative cosine again. And you're going to do this between 6 and 3. But again, I'll take the negative out here. Yeah. So it'll be negative
Negative 4 over 3 pi.
3 pi. And evaluate that. Let's substitute that in right away. Times 6 minus times 3. Okay. What is cosine of 3/2? What is that? Cosine of 3/2? Is that 0?
Cosine of 3/2? Yeah, 0.
Minus, what is cosine of 3/4?
Negative rad 2 over 2.
Negative rad 2 over 2.
Is that right?
Let me double check. So you don't have your unit circle in front of you anymore, right?
No.
Okay, so let me double check. So what is the cosine? Yeah, it's negative. Yeah, it looks good. It is.
Okay.
So it's going to be a negative rad 2 over 2. And in the end, it'll be positive, but it'll still be a negative here. Just become positive, but still be negative. So, but 2 can go into 4 2 times. So it'll be a negative 2 rad 2 over 3 pi. So 2, 3 pi. I think that's right.
Negative 2 rad 2 over 3 pi.
All right.
Perfect.
And they have fractions, upper or low limit. Yeah, let me write it out. So it'd be 15 fourth minus 3/4.
12
Right.
over, so it's 1 over 3.
So 1 over
12 over 4, which is
12
3.
over 4, 1 over 3. And you're doing this 15 fourth, 3/4. Sine again. It seems like they want you to practice the integration of sine for some reason.
So it's 3 pi over 3, so it becomes 1 because you multiply it out. So negative 1.
Yes.
Cosine of pi over 3 times 15 over 4 minus cosine of pi over 3 times 3 over 4.
Okay. What did you get there? 5 pi fourth minus cosine of pi fourth. So what is that? Okay, so what is cosine of 5 pi fourth?
5 pi 4. That's, is that just rad 2 over 2?
Positive rad 2 over 2, yes. No, it's still negative, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, because it's on the bottom. Yeah. Negative.
Minus, what about pi fourth here?
Cosine of pi over 4 is just rad 2 over 2.
Rad 2 over 2.
So negative 2 rad 2 over 2, but times negative 1 is just 2 rad 2 over 2.
Yes, negative
So it's just rad 2.
negative rad 2 here.
But then you do times negative.
So that should be positive rad 2 over
Wait,
4.
wouldn't it be times, shouldn't the outside be negative 1? Because it was,
Pi here, okay. Pi
but no, like
is
the outside, the one that you have is 1 over 4. Wouldn't that just be negative 1 pi because it's 1 over 3 times 3 over pi, so isn't that just pi, negative pi? Or, yeah,
no,
pi, and then negative.
no, right? Because you remember you do a flip flop of the Yeah, you do the flip or reciprocal of pi third. Therefore, it's 3 over pi. So
But it's 3 over 3 pi. So isn't that just
3 over pi.
negative 1 over pi?
Yeah, so it's negative 1 over pi. I don't know why I wrote 4 there, but it's...
Okay, negative 1 over pi.
So in the end, it should be rad 2 over pi, right? Positive rad 2 over pi.
Rad 2 oh. Okay.
All right.
Now we'll do this one.
Okay, so you have an acceleration, and I know you're going back to velocity for sure, but then you're not just going to do that. You're going to go all the way to the speed, which is, I don't know what your notation is. It could be S or it could be D. I believe it's S. So this is what you're doing. You're going from acceleration to velocity all the way back to speed. I think you use S.
Oh, here, there's more.
Or do you use X? Do you remember? Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to do, right now it's acceleration. I even notate that, A of t. No. I'll go in like this. You're going to do velocity equals the integral. You can do velocity, V of t, to be equals to the integral of the acceleration, which is going to be 5 pi. I'm integrating this here, but I'll be neat about it. dt here. And we'll do we'll figure out the upper and lower limit. Well, we're going to get the c. We'll see what happens here. So if I do this, you okay with this right now? This will be your acceleration, A of t. If you do that, you'll get 5 pi sine, actually flip-flop times 1 over pi sine of pi t plus c. We'll do substitution to find the c. But right now, this is what I get. Let me clean it up. You get your 5 sine of pi t plus c equals v of t. Now, let's solve for c. It says v being negative 2. So solve for c. Then I will use the velocity notation again to integrate one more time to get your speed. Do you get that? Like this is, I think your teacher is supposed to have gone over this. So this is what we have to do to solve for c, for your first c. What is and time being 2? Sorry, and your time being 2. So your t being 2 here. So times 2. I'll ensure the 2 here. So what is sine of 2 pi? Sine of 2 pi is 0, right? Sine of 2 pi.
Yeah.
So that means your c is negative 2. Do you agree?
Oh,
you
yeah, it's because... Yeah, I'm trying to find where you just put that in. Yes.
So that means I now have the velocity function complete. Minus 2. And then I have to do this, the speed, which is the final function, which is going to be the integral of that whole thing. But careful, you have to bracket this. Minus 2, the whole thing, dt. And they gave you everything for that. Let me double check. Yes, they do for the time, at least for the time. And they're asking you to determine the speed of, yeah, okay. So integrate this. Okay, so it'll be 5, negative 5 cosine, but it'll be negative 5 over pi cosine pi t. Okay, did the flip-flop of that again also, but it's negative because you're integrating sine. Just like before, before you integrate the cosine, so it's positive, but now you're integrating sine, okay? But then you have a 2. You also have to integrate that. It'll be 2t plus c. You have to solve for c again, the second c. Okay, to solve for second c, they gave you the, what did they give you?
That t is 1/6.
T is 1/6. Since, could you drop down and see what they gave you there? Because what are the options for the drop down? The arrow?
It says velocity and acceleration, position and velocity, or position and acceleration.
Why can't I see it?
I don't know. Randomly, sometimes it shows you, and then sometimes it doesn't.
Go again.
So it's either velocity and acceleration, position and velocity, or position and acceleration.
And the second, show me the second box. Drop down the options for the second box.
Opposite signs or the same sign?
I don't like this.
Particle is decreasing or increasing.
Particle, the speed of
So
particle
is it
decreasing.
velocity and acceleration, position and velocity, or position and acceleration?
Okay, so if I were to backtrack what they're asking, have what? So first, to do the math is exactly this. The only thing that we cannot complete to get the answer is because they didn't give you the speed. Had they given the speed, the whole thing is complete. I can solve it at t equals 1/6. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's exact same process. They gave you everything you need except one. That's why they didn't give you the fill in for the final answer. They gave you the option to analyze it. Okay, so it went from, let me see, this is physics, okay? So it went from velocity, acceleration to velocity. So since I need to see it. Could you go again for the first box? Could you select select the or touch the arrow at the same time? Besides, try to see,
No, yeah,
maybe
I
can
can
see
see it. It's just the me isn't showing it to you.
Okay, go again for the first row.
Velocity and acceleration.
And acceleration. Did you say and acceleration?
Yeah.
Okay.
Position and velocity or position and acceleration.
Position acceleration. Have blank. The speed. Have blank. So right now,
Have same signs or opposite signs?
have same sign, opposite sign. Well, first of all, it's opposite. Because it's opposite for sure, but the front, the first one, could you select? Okay, good. Let me see position. Oh, when you select it, I can see it. Let me see position. So opposite. Okay, so it's acceleration and velocity. They're opposite. Acceleration, velocity. They're opposite. It went from Let me see. Let me double check here.
The particle is decreasing or increasing?
The particle.
Is decreasing or increasing?
The particle increasing, decreasing. That they're talking about speed. Therefore, we don't forget it's at 1/6. So let me see what it looks like at 1/6 here. I gotta plug it in. So pi 1/6. Let me check it right now. So this is gonna be the mode be in radian. Okay. So punch in. I'm doing this. I'm gonna punch in 1/6 right here for v of 1/6. So I'm gonna do 5 sine pi 6, pi divided by 6, minus 2. So it's positive for the last part.
Is it increasing?
Yes, it's increasing.
And then it's asking you to solve for v of 1/6 and a 1/6.
Okay, so the first one, v of 1/6, we can get right now, it's 1/2 or 0.5. And acceleration, let me plug it in. Let me see. The acceleration is up there on top, so we're
Light
good.
on.
Yeah, so it's the cosine for 5 pi. Cosine of pi divided by 6. Is that it right there? Yes. Great. Let me see exact answer. Okay, so let's evaluate that exact answer. 5 pi. What is cosine of pi 6?
Cosine of pi over 6.
Mm-hmm.
1/2, I think.
Okay, let me check. I'm sure it's right. So 5 pi half, 5 pi divided by 2. No, it's actually,
Pi over 6? Oh, because that's, no, it's rad 3 over 2 because it's,
yeah, it's rad 3 over 2. So let me see.
I was thinking pi over 3.
Right.
Oops.
Rad 3 over 2. Let me see. Rad 3 over 2. So it should be 5 rad. It doesn't matter what. 5 pi rad 3 over 2. It looks weird, but it's computerized, so it's accepted. But let me check it right now.
You said it's 5
Pi rad 3
pi.
times rad 3. Let me check rad 3. Then divided by 2. It has to be the same thing as 13. Yeah. So that should be the answer, but I'm not 100% on those fill in the box. Go for it. How many attempts do we get?
5.
Okay. I think the values on the bottom are correct, but let me see. Velocity, acceleration have opposite sign. Let me see.
It could be, is it not velocity and acceleration? Or are we sure it's velocity and acceleration?
Velocity, wait, at what, at this comma, yeah, this is grammar since velocity have opposites. Acceleration. I took the derivative. Let me see. What time? T being greater than 0. You know what? I'm going to graph it. This will tell me everything. Sorry, I should have thought of that. All I do is look at the graph. It's pretty easy. Let me graph the acceleration, and I'll kind of work my way backward here. At least for the first two, I should be able to see it. Sine pi x. Okay, let me see graph. T greater than 0. Okay, so we're talking between what? Oh, velocity. Velocity. It says so right there. The particle velocity. If the particle velocity equals -2 at t equals 2. Let's see, this is positive. If I take the derivative, right? Oh, if I integrate, wait, I can look at the graph. Let me grab the velocity function also. That's acceleration. This is velocity. The pink one is velocity. 5 sine pi x minus 2. What are they talking at what time? At what time are they talking about? Since velocity at what exact time have opposite sign?
Increasing at 1. I don't think it gives you a time. It's just saying, oh, time is 2? Time equals 2?
That's for the velocity for sure. But what about acceleration at 2? For example, if you're talking about at 2, one is positive. Do you see that?
Yeah.
At 2, one is positive, one is negative. So could it be that the velocity is wrong? I don't think I did anything wrong here.
So you think it's, oh, wait, no.
I'm at let's see, quit here. This part here. If I plug in the velocity, being 1/2 when t when b of 1/6. Yeah, I cross cancel, everything is good. C is -2, it looks good. So C, plug it back in, yeah, it looks good. So then I plug in pi 6. This one is, so it's 1/2. But what about acceleration again? Acceleration, 5 pi cosine pi 6. And what is the answer? It's going to be that 5 pi rad 3 over 2. It doesn't say which one is wrong. It doesn't tell us at all.
No, but that means it could be. Do you think it's not velocity and acceleration? Do you think it's something else? Or
Okay, could you select the other option then?
there's two more.
Position and velocity. Position and velocity. I can't quite get the. It doesn't tell us what time. It says right there the particle velocity being -2 at time 2 determine the speed of. I think they're talking about.
Do you
Determine
think
if the
it's
speed
decreasing then? I don't know.
decreasing. Determine
Or
if the
different
speed of the
size?
particle is increasing or decreasing at that time. I think they're talking about at 1/6, at pi 1/6. Look at the graph again. Not at 2, at pi 1/6. 1/6 is what? What is 1/6? It's 0.1666, almost 0.2. Yeah, I think they almost 0.2 here. 0.166. It looks they're positive, both of them. If they're talking about, oh, let's try it. If they're talking about at 1/6, like final answer for increasing, it says 1/6. So if the whole thing is one sentences when t equals 1/6. So when t equals 1/6, the velocity and acceleration they're actually the same sign. They're not opposite. Is there an option for the same sign, velocity acceleration?
Yeah.
Okay, try that.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Oh, see, they're talking
That
about
was
one
because,
six. They're talking about
yeah,
1/6, right? Yeah, yeah,
we were
for the whole
teaching.
row. Yeah, we're doing something else there. Okay, good. At least the math is correct. All right, next one. I'm glad. Glad about that one. I never liked those analysis part, but as
Yeah.
long we can interpret it. Okay, same thing here. The particle moving on the x-axis with the velocity of that and t. Okay, that's conditional always. If the particle is at that position, x equals -1 and t equals pi. Determine the particle if the particle is moving forward toward the original or away from the original t. So yeah, we have to figure that part out. So here we go again. You're gonna do the particle, which is the speed, the position. You can even think the position here. It's going to be integration of the velocity, which is going to be 3 sine 1/2 t dt. Okay, so we'll do that first, and then we'll plug in what they give you. All right, so it'll be that's right, yeah. So it'll be 3 negative times negative. Well, let me do 1/2 here. Take the 1/2 out. I mean the 2, not 1/2. The reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2, and the integral of sine will be negative cosine of 1/2 t plus c. So let me double check that. If I take the derivative of cosine, it'd be negative. Yeah. Okay, so far, clean this up. It'll be negative 6 cosine 1/2 t plus c. And now we're going to go ahead and solve for c. They gave you the position x is the x-axis at t being pi. Why is it x? Let me think, why is it x? Particle is at position x equals -1. at the time t. Particle position. It is the position, so I'm gonna do a -1 here, and negative. I'm gonna solve for c. Cosine of 1/2 times pi plus c. Okay, so what is cosine of pi half? Sine of pi half
Cosine is 0.
0. Therefore, c equals -1. And then we use the function again to be s of t. Substitute with, now you have to see the complete function, -6 cosine of 1/2 t minus 1. Okay. Alrighty. From here, they're asking you to do the at 3 pi, t at 3 pi. Okay, so we don't have the graph this time. We just plug it in to see the sign, but I would like to use the graph. So we're going to evaluate the velocity function. Let me copy the original here. Okay. So at 3 pi for both of them, is it going to be same thing like positive or negative? So let's see.
Yeah, same question.
Okay, let's see it. All right, let me do 3. I'm doing velocity first. 3 sine 0.5 times 3 pi. Is that it? Okay, right now it's negative. And then I'm going to do -6 cosine. I'm doing the particle, the position function. 0.5 times 3 pi minus 1. Okay, so they have the same sign again. So what are the options again? We're doing
Position and acceleration, position and velocity, or velocity and acceleration.
position and velocity, or velocity and position have the same sign.
Which one? Oh, position and velocity?
Position, yes. Position and velocity. Okay.
Have the same sign because the particle is moving toward the origin or away from the origin.
Okay, that one we have to see. So right now, I can see what they're using. It's x of t instead of s of t. So it's a position, so it's x of t. So that's correct still. Okay, now about for that, I have the graph. Let me see. Wait, sorry. The moving particle is moving. You said towards or away, right? Towards or away at that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. All I need is the position function. I need to, yeah, because let me see. Cosine 0.5 x minus 1. Let me look at this graph. At pi, at 3 pi, 3 pi, that's 3 times 3.14, whatever. So it's, where is 3 times pi, yeah. 9.4 something. Okay, let me check the graph. 9.4 something. It looks like it's moving south, away. Try it. Oh, we have the answers also we have to get, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be away from the origin. Origin. Yeah, the origin is here, so it's moving away. It could be moving towards, but it's not. It's moving away at 9 point something at 3 pi. But the answers, what about the answers for those plug in, okay? So x of 3 pi, I already got that. X of 3 pi is right here. X of 3 pi is -1.
-1.
And the velocity, the original, yeah, the velocity is -3.
Should I try it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.